Okay, good morning, everybody. Today, I'd like to talk to you about someone that you need to trust. So it's important in business to have a confidant, someone that you're able to share the highs and lows with. Usually, that's your company accountant. It might be a solicitor friend. It might be someone like me. So for me, what makes me slightly different as an insolvency practitioner is over the last 15 years that I've been in the industry, I've focused on making sure that I'm able to explain complex situations in an easily understandable, digestible way. When I first started out, the difficulty that I had is, potentially and I was fairly young when I got my insolvency license. I always felt as if you needed kind of grey hair and a big waistline to be taken seriously, because you're advising people in financial difficulty. You're advising directors who, had been in business, some of them a lot longer than I'd even been around. So that was quite tricky. But thankfully, with the passage of time and 15 years under my belt, I've had a chance to drop that notion that you need to be of a certain age and vintage to be taken seriously. So I'll follow on slightly on who you can better trust than me. I'm going to leave you for about 2 minutes. In those 2 minutes, I'd like you all guys to just discuss amongst yourselves which film or TV character do you think makes the worst businessman or woman? So for me, I think it's Del Boy. I appreciate the optimism, but never going to happen. And then Susie, if you can be the team speaker when I come back in 2 minutes, I'd like you guys to have your top 3 worst film or TV character, worst businessmen or women. Thank you.
So, guys, unmute yourselves. Have a think. Who do you think as far as worst business person?
I think anybody on The Apprentice.
None
of them have a clue. I watched The Apprentice as a marketer and I just think, why are you all so stupid? How have you got this? None of you know what to do. And they all talk like this in their phone and it really annoys me.
Yeah, they do that, don't they? They do that.
I get why they do it, because the call is recorded on either, so the call is recorded. But then you see people in the street doing it, and I'm like, you're not being recorded. You can just hold your phone normally. Please.
I do that. I'm guilty.
Dan, no, Dan. No.
Right, guys, we've only got about 1.5 minutes left, and don't forget it's been recorded. So let's come up with some ideas. Film
Basil
or
Fawlty.
TV worst.
Basil Fawlty.
Yes.
Agreed. Yeah.
Agreed.
Good one. Good one. We need 3, so that's 1. See, I haven't watched any live TV for so long. I can't think of any.
The guy from Rising Damp, the landlord from Rising Damp, he's got a terrible business. He's not very bright. I mean, I know it's from the 70s, but still.
What about?
I can't think of his name.
Rigby. I only know it because it's got an S in my last name is Rigby. So
is that Leonard Rossiter, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Do you have on 3, everybody?
Not quite. What about Ricky Gervais in The Office?
Oh yeah.
He's not a businessman.
He's not a owner.
Boss, isn't he?
He's a manager.
True.
But that is pretty bad, yeah.
That is pretty bad.
I can't think. There's not actually that many in TV.
Oh, the guys from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because they own a bar and it's never open. They're always off out doing other things.
Del Boy off Only Fools and Horses. He was awful.
Yeah.
You see,
that's what Peter had
he
said
became
that.
a millionaire in the end, though, didn't he?
Yeah, well, only by luck.
He sat on that opportunity all that time. So that's pretty bad, isn't it? He was sat on that for ages. So who have we got? We've got Basil Fawlty. We've got, who did you have, Gina?
Rigsby.
Leonard
Miles and
Rossiter,
Damp.
Rigsby.
Leonard Rossiter, yeah. For Miles and Damp. And then we could do Del Boy. I know Peter said it, but it's the only other one I can think of off the top of my head.
Let's go
You know,
with
he's
those three.
hiding just off camera, listening to everything we're saying, waiting for us to
Yeah.
come up with three.
Oh, don't spoil the surprise.
You've done well, guys. You've done well. You've done well.
Pritesh, what are you
Excellent. Excellent. Well,
We had
Hey. So-
has arrived.
Don't you
Excellent.
dare
Well-
start
well-
saying Father Christmas is the worst businessman.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. The purpose of Father Christmas is simply somebody that you automatically know, like, and trust. And who better to trust than Santa? Effectively, I've been in business for thousands of years, and I've seen it all. I've done it all, and I know what works and what doesn't. And the most important thing is to make sure that one speaks up when one is in difficulty. Therefore, it's all about options, my dear friends. So if one is in personal difficulty, it's important to speak up. There's a lot of support out there. There's informal options. You could speak with your bank if you're having some difficulty. You could also speak with someone like myself. As far as I know, I'm the only insolvency practitioner Santa, and so very best place to give some advice. I can't guarantee I'll be able to fit everybody on my lap. With in business, look, one of the worst things one can do is throw good money after bad. I've seen people remortgage, people go to the bank of mum and dad and squander their parents' life savings. I've seen people continuing to trade, and wrongful trading is a massive issue. So know your options. If you can rescue the business, we'll help you rescue the business. And if it's cruel to be kind and it needs to be closed, then we can assist you as well. So thank you very much all for listening and putting together your top 3 worst TV and film businessmen. Thank you.
Thank you, Santa. That was
I couldn't breathe.
It's festive.
You've got to leave that on now.
Oh, Peter, excellent, excellent. I love that. Is that the kind of tinsel that you've got in your hair, Kallis? Excellent. Super. Any questions for Peter? I don't really know how to follow that, to be fair. Susie, go ahead.
Do you find that there are a lot of businesses which are just like pop-up businesses just for Christmas that then struggle straight after because they've only thought of, you know, an item, a product or something that people would want over Christmas time?
Really no, simply because those kind of pop-up businesses, they don't have huge overheads. So when you're a pop-up, you're not going to be tied into a lease. You're probably going to have a stall somewhere that you probably prepaid. And if you're a small business, you're not going to have any credit lines. If you're a micro pop-up business like that, you're not going to have any credit lines. So you're going to have your stock paid for in advance. So there's not, even if you cock up, there isn't much affecting others because ultimately you're unlikely to have picked up credit. There are seasonal businesses, however, so there is merit in what you said, Susie. There's seasonal businesses, Lapland UK being one of them, where 98% of their turnover happens in 10 to 12 day period, no more than that, in December, in the lead up to Christmas. And one particularly, they had really bad weather. It was pissing down with rain. The whole thing turned into literally a mud bath. So everybody wanted refunds, everyone paid by credit card, and all of a sudden it's effectively like a bank run on a business, and it all just comes tumbling down in scenarios like that. Other kind of seasonal businesses, landscapers are having a bit of a rough time at the moment because everybody's holding on to their cash, doesn't want to spend on, I suppose me included, which I'm sitting there building dwarf halls in December. Yeah, holding back on capital expenditure, and also it's cold, so you're probably not going to want to do anything. Don't want people traipsing around your garden in winter, and so there could be, you know, a 6 month window where there aren't any real work or bookings. So things like that. Sometimes it's seasonal. That can have a huge effect as well.